Hey everyone, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, and we're outside a house flip we have been working on and finally making some progress on. So we've had quite a few flips, not making much progress, sitting around a little bit because we've had a lot going on. We haven't had as many flips as normal, but we've had some bigger multifamily flips that have taken a lot more time and energy than most of our flips. So this is one we finally started working on, do a progress video, show you what we've done, what our plans are, talk about the numbers and all of that. Now, of course, check out investormore.com for much more information on our flips, rentals, being an agent, all that great stuff. We have 9 books on Amazon, soon to be a 10th book that is finished and in editing. So hopefully that one's ready before the end of the year. And let's take a look at this property. So first off, it is not 100% done. So you can see this garage door has some issues. I think we have to replace the whole thing. Sometimes we can get away with fixing them, but this one was too far gone. I think the opener was trashed too. So that's on the list to get done. And then you'll see right here, lots of concrete settlement. And it's just this one section. The rest is okay. So I bought kind of a do-it-yourself kit for mud jacking concrete, but I'm not sure our guys have time to do that. So we might just hire the company that normally does it because we have so many other things going on. So this tree also might need some work. It's a little scraggly and dead. The yard in general is not amazing. So we were just walking through to see what we need to finish up on, what we need to make sure is ordered, all that stuff, because a lot of times we'll go through a house and think we have everything ready to go and realize, oh, we missed that or that or that. So it does have an unfinished basement, which is part of my mistake when I bought this house. We'll talk about that some too. And you can see our flooring isn't quite done yet either. So we'd ordered the flooring, and I think Nikki had ordered like the stair end pieces, which is what she normally does with this kind of click and lock flooring, but they didn't have them for this flooring, and she didn't realize it, but she'd ordered entire stair pieces, which is actually kind of nice because they're one solid piece, they're probably more durable, and will work better than laying the regular flooring with the end pieces. But we didn't order enough of them because we thought there was something else, so we're still waiting for those to come to finish off the stairs. And then here is the house. It's a bi-level, which means you walk in and can go up or down. You don't have a kind of a main floor. This is one we bought from a wholesaler for, I think it's $265,000. And when I bought it, I actually thought it had a finished basement. And I talked about that in the first video. We'll link to that. But I never saw it. It was tenant occupied. It's kind of like, hey, if you want to get it right now, you can buy it now. Or when we set up a showing, you'll have to compete with a bunch of other investors. So me being me, I'm like, okay, I'll just buy it now. And I totally missed it. It didn't have a finished basement. It said, you can finish the basement and get this much money. And I thought that said it was finished. So that's my mistake, but still think it should be a good deal. We've been going back and forth on whether to finish the basement or not, but I think we decided not to. And we'll talk about that when we go downstairs. But you can see the kitchen. We painted the cabinets, new countertops. We'll have new appliances here coming in here soon as well. It wasn't a horrible kitchen, but it really wasn't that pretty either. And this house is 15 years old, I think. And it needed quite a bit of work for being only 15 years old. We replaced all the windows because the seals were broken or they're literally falling apart. We replaced the tub surround because it was really cheap and junky and kind of falling apart. Same thing for the vanities. Replace those. But should look really awesome when we're done. Now, this, I'm trying to figure out if that's mold on the insulation or what's going on there, or if it's just dirty, because it kind of looks like that in the basement too. Like right here in the shower, it might make sense if moisture was getting back there, it would be moldy, but we don't really see that too often. So we're asking our plumber and other guys what they thought about that, because obviously we don't want to leave moldy insulation in the house if that's what it is. And then this house was not treated well either. Like that door was completely destroyed. There were holes in the walls. This other door was destroyed. This door jamb had foam in it where someone had broken this piece when they tried to break the door open, and they literally put like spray foam in there to help the door shut. So So it hasn't been a house that was loved very well. And then there's only 2 bedrooms up. And so that's why we kind of thought about, hey, do we finish the basement? Do we not finish the basement? And we'd love to have 3 bedrooms. It's only a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. But the reason we decide whether to do these things or not just because, it'd be nice to have a finished basement, or, we think people would like to have a finished basement. We look at the comps, we look at other houses that have been selling, and we say, hey, okay, what is a house with 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, in an unfinished basement selling for, right? What do those comps look like? And when we looked at those comps, we saw houses selling for $330,000, $340,000 that were older and not as nice as this one will be. And so we can look at those comps, we can look at other comps and say, hey, okay, what does a house with 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and finished basement sell for? And then we can say, okay, they're selling for, $380,000 or $390,000, and we figure out what will this one be worth, which we think probably around $350,000, maybe even a little more, as it is with the 2-bedroom, 1 bath. Or maybe it's $380,000, $390,000 with the finished basement. But then we have to consider, okay, when we finish the basement, we are adding a month, maybe longer, to the time frame. We're taking up resources of our contractors where they could be working on other houses. We're waiting for the permit process to get that done. And we're spending probably $15,000, $20,000 or more during that whole process as well. So is it worth it to finish the basement based on the time, the resources that we have invested in the home, not just, it'd be nice to have a finished basement. So you really have to look at the numbers and figure out if it's worth not just the cost, because the cost is important, right? If it costs us $20,000 to finish the basement and we make $40,000 more on the sales price, that's great, right? That seems well worth it. But if we're adding 2 months to the process, then we have to figure out financing costs, carrying costs, property taxes, insurance, all those other issues as well that will cost us time and money. And then our contractors aren't working on other projects, which also costs us money and time and creates backlogs, which we've had. So there's lots of different things to consider besides just the straight cost versus, the sales price difference. Here is the backyard, which obviously needs cleaned up, needs some work done into it as well. But it looks better than when we bought it, when it was just massive amounts of weeds. And we did replace that back door because it had been smashed in and broken in as well and didn't lock. A couple houses we bought recently where we had multiple doors in the house, outside the house, that had been smashed, broken, didn't lock right. And 90% of the time, it's not because a random person broke into the house trying to burglarize it. 90% of the time, it's because of kind of domestic issues, people within the property, them having problems. So it's never fun to see that, but we can do our best to fix it and hope the house is taken care of better at a later time. All right, so here is basement. Like I said, we replaced windows down here too. And you can kind of see the insulation behind there is dark too. So not really sure what's going on there. So we need to talk to a few people and figure out why that's happening, what's happening, and if we need to replace that or fix it, because it's kind of weird how that happened. Maybe it's from smoking. Who knows? I don't know. There's lots of different possibilities there, but we'll try and figure that out. And you can see just one big wide open basement right now. If we were to finish it, it would have a family room probably right here where you first walk in. It's not a huge room, but it could be, decent sized. You'd build a closet for your furnace and water heater. Your bathroom rough-in is right here, which is an okay spot, but then you have kind of a lot of wasted space right here, but you could build maybe a storage room right there. And then you could have a bedroom there and a bedroom there. Some things to remember about finishing the bedroom here is this is set up to have your closet open into the bedroom, right, for your furnace and water heater. But by code, you can't have a legal bedroom if your furnace and water heater are accessed only through a bedroom. So you'd kind of want to turn it around or do something different if you were to finish this basement and have access through a closet, because that would not make it code, or you'd make a little hallway right here. So just some different things to think about when you're finishing up houses, and again, why it's easier for us to not finish the basement. There you can see some of the weird discoloration there. So we definitely want to check that out. Don't see anything on the studs or anywhere else, just on the insulation. All right, so speaking of this basement, like I said, bought the house from a wholesaler. Was not his fault. I thought it had a basement that was finished, and it was not. So it was quite the shock when I got in here the first time after I bought it and saw the basement was unfinished. But it's still a good deal. We'll still, I think, do just fine with it. We'll probably, I mean, we're only going to be spending $20,000 or less, probably maybe $25,000 on the repairs if we don't do the basement. Like I said, we bought it for $265,000. We'll probably have another $25,000, $30,000 in other costs. If it's worth $350,000, that's not a bad deal. And it might be worth a little more than $350,000 as it is, because there's so few houses for sale still. Markets are still going up. It's just been, crazy when there aren't enough houses. Prices keep going up. And the cost to build keeps going up too. So I'm getting to a little bit of a tangent here, but one of the main reasons housing prices go up is because the cost to build goes up. So if there aren't enough houses, the way to, alleviate that problem is to build more houses. But if the building costs are super high, that raises the price of everything. So right now we're just seeing land prices go up, utility prices go up, water costs go up, building supplies going up, labor going up, everything goes up. The city permits and processes take longer. So to make up for all that, the houses have to cost more, just like any good food, furniture, whatever it is, prices go up. So that's what we're seeing right now. So with this house, I think we'll be okay. Should be very easy once we get a few more materials in here, get the carpet installed, get the extra stair pieces, get the appliances, and clean it up a little bit more and figure out this insulation. I think we should be good to go. So that's the update on this one. Of course, we'll have an update after we're all done, after it's staged, cleaned, all of that great stuff and ready to go. Love it if you guys subscribe to our channel to see those updates. That's always cool. Love seeing comments, love seeing likes, so keep those coming. We'll have many more videos on our other flips coming up. I think we have 10 flips going right now still, including a 7-unit, a 3-unit, lots of different stuff there. And then lots of other rental property videos, because we just recently bought a 12-unit, another 4-unit property, so lots going on there. And of course we have advice videos as well. All right, take care, and we'll be back soon.